Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So, at the end of last year, or actually it was this year, beginning of this year, I had been out shopping around and was in a Walmart and purchased a couple tree stands. Well, it is August 30th, and on September 17th, I believe that is the opening day of hunting season here in Florida. And so we'll be doing some hunting videos this year, hunting in the Lower Swanee and hopefully in Goethe State Forest. We also were picked through the lottery system for a Chassahowitzka hunt, for a hog hunt in, I believe, January. So we're hoping to be able to take advantage of that as well. But I did purchase a couple tree stands from my local Walmart, inexpensive tree stands, nothing fancy. But I think they were like $30 or $40. I don't know if the price is still on it, but I wanted to show you the assembly of it, and we may even be able to get them set up today in a tree outside in the backyard and test climbing them and possibly even shooting a crossbow. So welcome back. We appreciate you joining us, and let's get started. All right, so before we get started, let me zoom in on our tree stand here. So we bought these single man Realtree 15-foot ladder stands. I believe our double one is like 18 foot, but these are a 15-foot. Now, honestly, the downside to this is you can see you got a little platform for your feet, got a little seat, but there's no bar to kind of keep you in. There's no rest for a rifle or anything, so that probably be a little more challenging. But this is what we've got. I bought two of these, so we're going to go ahead and start putting one of them together, and then I think my boys are going to put the other one together. So let's get started. All right, so while my son's cutting the box opened up, it has a stabilizer bar. There is a safety harness, a full point safety harness. It weighs about 40 pounds. Can hold up to 300 pounds, 3-section ladder, steel construction. You can go, minimum tree has to be a 9-inch diameter tree, which I really wouldn't want to be up a tree that was too much smaller than that anyways. So we're going to get this thing opened up and show you what's inside. All right, so here's what we have. This is the seat. It's just like a canvas material. Sit on. Have the safety harness. Very important. I strongly advise using them. All the pieces, the ratchets. Here's the bolts and everything for it. Some of the pins that hold the ladder legs together. And, of course, instructions. What do we do? Throw them out. Just kidding. We are going to use them. Alright, so we're going to finish unstrapping this. And I have thrown the instructions out or tried to disregard them. This shouldn't be a difficult one, but you never know. They do have a QR code, so there isn't a video on here that you can watch. Let's see, a safety video, if you want to do that. There is customer service, if you choose to. It's an Atchison Harriman Swan product. So that has information on there if you have concerns with the product. There's a limited warranty card where you can fill it out, send it in so they have your information. Curious if there's a way to go online and do it. Doesn't look like it. So they want you to send this in. And now the instructions. So we're going to go ahead and get started on the assembly of our tree stand. All the stuff in the beginning is a lot of safety stuff, choosing a safe tree and so forth. There's a parts diagram here with what you're supposed to have, and parts list, hardware box, proper care, which we don't leave them out in the woods through like hunting season. You can't anyways out there. You got to put them up and take them down. So we keep them up in the garage, or in this case these were in the attic, but that's probably where we'll put them back. So anyways, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to put the seat on first. So we're going to slide. We already got one side on. You're going to slide it through the loops. That'll last in the weather, like if you had your own personal property. That'll last very long. On these, there's two holes. The seat will just go past that. Then there's a stabilizer bar that we're going to have to install. The stabilizer bar, actually, hang on a second here. No. Hang on. First, we're going to put this on. This is going to go here. So we're going to put the 8 by 60 millimeter bolts. The bolt goes through the bottom. Here. Leave one of the green washers. Put this, another green washer. The nut goes face up. That's the way they want it done, not the way I'm wanting it done. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. This is supposed to take approximately, and none of the tools are provided. So let's straighten this out here a little bit. Okay. Now this is a stabilizer bar. The stabilizer bar is going to go with this loop facing the tree. It stands up here. Now when you put this through, you're going to start with a bolt and a green washer. It's going to go through the top. It's going to go through here. Then we have the two claws that close on the tree. And you're going to put the green thick washer goes here. Then you're going to put one of the claws, and then we're going to get a green washer and a nut on the end. We're going to repeat that step on the other side. So we paused the video there for a minute. How to get some straight. So I would not advise you to tighten this up yet. This kind of had to stretch with this seat on here. It's quite stretched out. So we had to kind of work it to get all the pieces in. But if you don't, everything's kind of cattywampus. So we're probably not going to fully tighten this. We're just going to tighten it down just to make sure it's all going to fit, because there's more pieces that go on the front and other parts that we don't want to mess up. So we're just going to snug them but not fully tighten them. We will remember to go back and tighten all that. So again, this is all your half-inch parts here, half-inch nuts, bolts. But you don't want to build the stand crooked either, because that'll be another problem, obviously. You don't want to have the tree stand, everything is leaning. Alright, so we're kind of got these snugged down a little bit. They're not, like I said, fully tightened. But this is essentially how this works. So you see this part will move, the claw will move. There's straps that are attached to it, allow it to clamp across the tree. So this is how the first part works. And you see how this seat is quite snug on here. And it's actually supposed to be back right around in that spot. So, all right, so this part is done here. Now we're going to put the parts that head down to the ladders to get the ladder section going. Okay, so the next part is going to be to attach this lower piece here, which is going to kind of bring it all together. They have the nuts going out instead of in. So there. Another ratchet here. This is a 10 millimeter socket. Couldn't find a 10 millimeter wrench apparently. So we'll just tighten this up. This I would say you can fully tighten up, but we did notice that after we just kind of stood up and showed you the piece, the seat and everything put together, that it slipped again. So it wasn't fully tightened, like I said, so it's going to take a little bit of adjusting to make sure you got it correct. But again, you're going to do the same thing. This is a M6 40mm bolt that's holding the ladder, the beginning top part of the ladder together. All right, so the next part is the foot platform. When we built our larger stand, this is where we messed up and put this on backwards. So the rounded part goes to the back. It's going to slide in here like this. You're going to use 2 of the M8x60 bolts. Again, the nut goes to the outside. Green washer, 1 on the inside. And another green washer, and the nut. This is back to the 10mm, I'm sorry, not the 10, the 1/2 inch size nut. Bolt. This I'm pretty confident we can almost completely tighten down. There's going to be a couple bar pieces that go here, which we'll be doing next. Same thing, you're going to repeat on the other side. The other bolt, washer, through the metal, washer, and then your nut. All right, so the next part is going to be to stabilize the footrest to here. They have these 2 thin brackets. It's going to, and this time the nuts are going to go to the inside. So you're going to start with 1 here, bolt, washer to the inside or on the outside of this. But then when it attaches up top, it goes to the inside. So it starts on the outside here and then goes on the inside of this piece here. And you're going to use the 4 M8x40mm bolts to attach this part here. And here they always have, wherever you're facing, all of the nuts are always to the outside. Okay, and you'll repeat that step here on the other side. Same thing, M8x40 bolts. There's 2 different size holes. One of these is kind of elongated, the other one is perfectly round. I decided to put the elongated ones up top here. It seemed like the smarter thing to do. So same thing, we're gonna put these through here, attach them, washer, nut, and this will now give more stability to the structure, and then we'll probably now be able to fully tighten up the seat and the brackets on the back, which we're going to do here in just a moment. All right, so the next step is going to be to attach this to here. This is what opens and closes the jaws of life for the around the tree stand. And then, so part of the confusion is they have everything labeled. You got ratchet straps, you got these straps, everything, but they're not labeled. They tell you what you have, but they don't label anything. So you kind of got to go through everything and figure out what you need. So we've done that. We've figured out that the longest strap they give you is very easy to tell is the one that's going to be the one to pull these closed. There is a smaller strap that's going to go with the ratchet that's going to be down the bottom to tighten around the tree. Obviously you don't need this one, so that's how we figured that. So this is going to go loop through this. You're going to put this through here, and then we're going to use the M8 45mm bolts. They're going to attach to here. We're going to put this through here again, up, washer. The nut is going to be facing up, not down. And we're going to attach that here. We were hoping to go outside and set these up and test, but it is currently raining, which I'm not complaining about, but with the rain, it's probably not going to be best opportunity to do that. So we're going to do the same thing here. These M8 45mm bolts, we're going to put them on here, and then we're going to tighten them up. All right, so one clarification to tell you here is when you're doing this, there telling you to put this bolt through the bottom like this, and then when you go to the curved one, that this bolt should go through the top instead of the bottom, both through the bottom, okay? So just wanted to clarify that very quickly. Sorry if hopefully you were building it based on the exact thing, but they want that one, so you got one through the bottom, one through the top that kind of crisscrosses, and probably gives it extra support or ability to actually close it. So just make sure that you're aware of that when you're putting it together. They have it in the instructions as a kind of like an addendum to it. They have a 7 and a 7A. And the 7A is to just tell you that you need to put it together like so. All right, so if you've figured everything out, you've got, this is a ratchet strap. So it's the small strap and this ratchet, they go together. And then these two, there's two straps that have these adjusters on them. Those are the S straps. So, you know, this is typical. This is how the other tree stand did it. You're going to take this, put it around here, and you're going to pull it back through. There's no easy way to do this. Okay? This will then tighten up around there. Then you will take, for this side, you're going to take your ratchet strap and you're going to loop it around. You're going to loop your ratchet strap through there. That's going to go on there. This is on, if you're sitting in it, it's going to be on the left side, okay? On the other side, so you see, this is the back, this is what's going to be wrapped around the tree. Okay, this is the strap you're going to use to close this when you're pulling. I might have those a little tight, I don't know. And then this is for the ratchet strap. This goes on the outside. Again, you're just going to loop it through, pull it, and adjust it. And you're going to strap, kind of unwind the whole thing. The S strap, the main purpose of that is to hoist it up so it gets around. You could pull it up from the ground up to the tree, and then they use, I think, to tie it down. Okay? So there's that. All right, so these are going to be your 40 millimeter bolts. I'm going to put them in through here. Again, bolt, washer, nut, tighten it up. This was the ladder piece A, and then the rest of them are going to go together. It's going to kind of be self-explanatory how it goes together, and they have pins that pop in there to hold them. Let me show you those real quick. So they got these pins, and that's what holds the sections of the ladder together. So in just a second, we'll finish this up and stand up so you can see what it looks like. All right, so here it is, assembled, minus the two ladder pieces. So then this right here is where put these two pieces over here. This piece and this piece go on there. So this slides into here, so it can adjust depending on the distance it is from the tree. And then this ladder piece here, that bottom side would insert into the top of here. And then those pins, which I have right here still in the package, would pop in there just to hold it together. So that's it. So there's our tree stand. Probably took us approximately a half hour, a few interruptions, but to get it together. And then you would ratchet that around the tree with this right here, just to cinch this around the tree to hold it. And then ratchet it around, and you're done. So my boys are going to go ahead and put together the other tree stand now. And I don't know, I was just thinking, I don't know if that would actually fit in my attic, the width of it, if I can get it up inside between the up into the attic or not. So it'll be interesting. Obviously, I can take the ladder off here. I can take this apart if I don't want that, but it'll be interesting to see if we can store it. Otherwise, you know, having all these tree stands and having to store them will be quite a feat. So anyways, we do appreciate you watching. We'll probably, maybe the boys might videotape them assembling the other end of it, but this is a ladder stand, Realtree single man, one man ladder stand, comes with everything you need. Not too bad to put together. And as you can see though, like I said, it doesn't have a bar, a safety bar, like some of them do. So when you climb, you're actually going to climb up in this direction, and then you're going to have to lean against the footrest as you try to wrap your arms around the tree to get your harness around, because otherwise you could be finding yourself in an unsafe position, and you don't want to fall out of a tree. I can promise you that. So anyways, again, we appreciate y'all watching, and we're excited to get everything up and scouted out here in about another week and a half, 2 weeks, where we're going to put everything. We got ideas, but we can't wait to get out there and show y'all what we're doing and getting ready for the 2022-2023 hunting season here in Florida.